Guillermo Mash here, welcoming you to the Without a Roof radio program. You're on KZFR 90.1 FM. Without a Roof, man. Find us, Google us. We come right to the top, without space, a space, roof. We're on Tumblr, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, and we have a major YouTube presence. Today's a good show. I was given inspiration from giving Bob half a show to promote the Janis Joplin concert, 7 to 10 p.m. at Trinity United Methodist Church this Saturday. And I was blessed, man. One of my favorite writers in Chico, Ken Smith, penned an article from the ashes, and it was about a group of folks that survived a fire on Veterans Day of 2017 and how the community came together. People from the Jesus Center, the Torrey Shelter, and Chico Housing Action Team actually came up with a chat house number 12 to house these folks. And what was really kind of cool is I had done interviews with two of the people that were featured in Ken Smith's article, Michael Spurgeon and Jerry Weece. So with no further ado, I'm going to play you the interviews that I did with both of those gentlemen. Jerry's interview was from December 2012, and Michael's interview, Mike Spurgeon's, was from the end of 2014 in November. So enjoy, and always remember, if you have a roof, be grateful.
There'll be a lot more veterans coming home.
There is, and that's.
And I just hope the government don't treat them the way they treated us when we came home.
You're a Vietnam vet, sir?
Yeah.
How many tours you do over there?
2.
2? That means you raised your hand to go the second time, right?
Oh, no, I just stayed because I had even a score.
Had to even a score.
Yeah, I lost my best friend and 24 others. So I had to. You can't make it even, but I tried. We all tried. 85 of us went over, and 35 came back. Walking, 25 disabled, and 25 killed. First time the first American was killed over there, they should have nuked the whole bloody island. The veterans stand now real good. The people are cool. I like them. Every one of them are old Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, whatever. They're old timers. They know where the dirt hits the ground, and they help out a lot of people. And the people are just like you're going home. You get a bunch of crazy old veterans like me, and everything goes. And it gives an eye awakening to people that are not veterans, and they open their eyes to the BS that the veterans have to put up with. Homeless veterans. I got baited and I refused my Purple Heart, told them to give it to somebody who deserved it. And everybody else who gets medals don't prove that they were brave, they just prove that they were bloody lucky to walk away from it. A lot of boys didn't.
Amen, Jerry.
My full given name is Michael Shane Spurgeon. You have to concentrate on how you say your words.
You do.
Because without teeth, you have to do something else with your mouth.
What do you do now, sir? Looks like you're retired, or what's?
Well, I'm on Social Security.
Social Security disability, and then Social Security?
SSI.
SSI?
Yeah. Well, actually, I originally got the SSI for mental. I have a serious emotional instability, and I have attention deficit disorder on top of it, which don't help matters much. Now, intelligence, I'm pretty intelligent, but I just don't know how to practically apply what I learned. I haven't made much money. I've worked my ass off for my entire life, but not made much money. But if I had a decent emotional makeup, I probably could have done a lot better.
What's the situation with your legs, Mike? I noticed that you've got a wonderful way about you, but you're missing parts of both feet or all of one. What's the deal?
Well, I had diabetes runs in my family. I developed diabetes. I was about 45 when I first developed diabetes. Then from there, my mom died, my dog died, my brother left me. So I got a bit of mild depression for a while. That's what almost killed me.
How long ago was that?
Well, my mom passed away on New Year's Day 2007. Yeah, so from that point on, my dog died a few months later. But towards the end of the year, my brother left me, and then I popped with SSI, and then it took me 6 months to get it.
How much do you get a month, and how hard is it to make it last?
Right now, I'm making about $877 a month. I buy as much for my money as I possibly can. My rent's $450, and I pay like $280 for my cigarettes per month. And what I have left over, I'm feeding 2 of us.
Have you ever had any bouts of homelessness?
Yes, I have. My mom probably took me in eventually, but I lived with my mom most of my life. But I have been on the streets for periods of time, and I wouldn't recommend it.
What wouldn't you recommend about it?
Well, it's just a much harder life. But now, a person making only SSI cannot live on their own. They can't do it. So they have to pool their resources.
So you must be blessed to have such a wonderful person like Beth to be able to spend time with and share an apartment.
Well, actually, she has her own room. Because those rooms over there are barely big enough for one person, let alone two.
So you're just basically renting a room in a house and you get to use the common areas?
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
kitchen, sink, or the bathrooms, and washer dryer.
How long have you been in that situation over there?
Right now, actually, Brendan from the same room for like 5 years now. Yeah, and she's pretty cool. And as long as you don't get on her bad side, she's really a nice person to rent from.
Do you know anyone that's been in a situation that's, been in close quarters where people were taking advantage of the fact they had money?
Well, you get that anywhere. And something happens over there too. But if people look out for each other and really keep their eyes open, you can kind of keep it to a minimum.
What's the last thing on the face of the earth you'd like people to know about Mike?
I'm just happy to still be alive. Basically, that's what it amounts to. Be able to still ride my bike and get around. And if there ever comes a point in time that I cannot take care of myself, please put me out of my misery.
All right, I hope you enjoyed those interviews with Michael and Jerry, and we're going to transition here. We got a couple of minute interview here with Bob Trausch on the way over to chat house number 12 for an interview that we did with Kathy, Michael, and Jerry regarding their experience with the fire and their new space, their chat number 12 space, which has been affectionately codenamed New Hope. Hear how that came about towards the end of the interview. I'm here with Bob Trausch, man. We're going over to chat house number 12. And I was just curious, Bob, if this house really came to fruition due to that tragic fire last Veterans Day, November 11th of 2017.
It certainly did. We got a call from Red Cross about a fire going on over on 2nd Avenue, and could we respond to it? And we responded to it real fast. I got over there quickly and talked to all the people in the house that were outside that house at that point, because the fire department was still there, and it was, they'd lost their home. And so I talked to the landlord and to the person that was dealing with the people in that house, and we worked out a solution for the money part of it that should be coming back to them for another 20 days of rent that they'd already paid for that month, so that they had some money to move with. And then the tourist shelter, through the Red Cross, took the people in that were there that were now unhoused, and it was great because they stayed at the tourist shelter, and in the meantime, tourist shelter and chat was looking for housing, and we finally found a house, a 5-bedroom house, and we're able to move not all of the people, because some of them had already found other housing, but some of the people who hadn't been housed, we moved it into this house. And thanks to Joy, who I've learned to love from the tourist shelter, she's doing such a great job. We found a house and we signed the lease, and we've got the furniture, and we got all the services for people, and they're moved in.
How many houses are you up to now, Bob?
We have 14 houses now.
All right, Guillermo Mash here for the KZFR 90.1 FM Without a Roof radio program. And I'm over here at chat house number 12, which was featured in a Ken Smith news feature this week, human interest, and kind of a follow-up from a fire that you guys were involved in on Veterans Day of 2017, back in November. Just want to welcome you guys to KZFR. Maybe I'll just kind of swing it around and get your names. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Catherine Coulter. I'm one of the fire victims from the fire that happened on Veterans Day at 723 West 2nd Avenue, Chico, California.
Jerry Weece, same thing, from the same area.
And Michael Spurgeon from the same fire.
So, Michael, since we got the mic on you right now, why don't you kind of walk us through how crazy an experience it was to live through a fire and lose most of your possessions?
Well, actually, I didn't lose any possessions whatsoever in the house. My room was at the far end of the house, and it wasn't even touched.
Lost everything.
Yeah, Kathy and Jerry lost everything.
So yours was just smoke damage?
Well, no.
Not even that?
Just light.
Just very light. Just particles of smoke.
Were you home when the fire happened?
Yeah, we were there. And my wife is also in a wheelchair too. She was also involved in the fire, and she's over in an assisted living facility over in Orville right now. But I was teaching her to get around on all fours because she had brainstem damage.
Yeah, I know you would. What's your nice name again? I know I've met her.
Dory's. I was surprised she moved as fast as she did that morning.
Everybody was moving fast.
Everybody was
So
moving
she
fast.
actually got out of her own chair, got down on her butt, scooted out the door, and pulled her chair after her and got back up and all by herself.
Any serious injuries from the fire, Jerry?
No, not really. I just got my feet burned a little bit from ambers, and smoke inhalation. That's all I got. And Kathy had smoke inhalation, and I think that's about all she had from it.
What was your recollection, Kathy?
Well, I was the one that discovered the fire to begin with. We have a cat that was outside, and fortunately at the time of the fire, Sheba, our kitty, was outside, and I smelled the smoke. So, when you smell smoke, you go investigate. So that's what I went to do. And the person that started the fire had set his mattress on fire, and I saw the fire, yelled at me to get some water. And by the time I got back with water, the fire had already spread, and the heat intensity from the fire was so much that it wouldn't have done me any good to throw the water onto the fire, because it could have backfired on me. I could have been seriously burned, or made the situation much worse than what it was. So basically, I just started yelling that there's a fire in the house. Everybody needs to get out. One other resident, a lady named Kim, she got on the phone and called 911, and then she and I think somebody else, it wasn't me, but I had heard that it was her that went around banging on people's doors to wake them up, and it woke the rest of the house up to let them know what was going on.
We were talking before we turned the mics on. You lost a lot of music and stuff like that.
I lost a lot of music CDs. I had a boombox that I lost. I lost a lot of clothes, crafting items, things like that. Basically, Jerry and I lost everything. But I didn't really have time to go through everything to see what was salvageable or not. And the lady that owns the place, her name is Mary Ann. I don't know what her last name is, but her son is a man named Tim Downing. And it's like you have to schedule a time to go there when he can be there with you, so you could go through things. He kept telling me there's stuff that's not salvageable. Well, if there's not stuff that was salvageable, I wouldn't have found a pair of prescription glasses for Jerry, very special photo album for him, and other small items that he didn't expect that would survive the fire, but did.
So why don't you explain that, Jerry, how happy you were to get photo albums? That must have been beautiful.
Yeah, it was mainly the photos I took of my cats. There were 3 different cats with 3 different litters, and I have pictures of all of them. The only thing I think saved it was I was in a filing cabinet. A few other paperwork that I needed to keep was still good. The rest of it was destroyed. I lost between $300 and $600 worth of music and movies, my TV, my Bose radio. Down there, all my clothes. Only clothes I had that survived was the pair of jeans I had on. The rest were so badly smoke damaged, I had to toss them.
So I'll go swing it over here to Mike. So why don't we transition to this new home here? Now, how precious was it to have this place to kind of fall back on once all this happened?
Well, what was amazing that Kathy and Jerry were the ones that were telling Joy that I needed a place to live too, because I was sleeping down there by the Jesus Center. And myself, down there, I've lived in the streets before. I know what it's like, and so I kept myself safe by sleeping under the cameras down at the Jesus Center.
But how happy were you to find this place?
Actually, Joy came and found. I didn't.
Joy Amaro from Toy Shelter.
She came and found me. I didn't find this place. Joy came and found me.
So she came over to the Jesus Center and said, "Hey, are you Mike and I'm Joy?" Is that how it kind of worked out?
Yeah.
And she brought you over here, kind of going, "What does this place look like?" How did that transpire?
It was a couple of days for the first time I actually saw her, and she told me that, and I was kind of anxious to get over here.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Get out of the weather, because it was getting cold out there.
We were sitting outside the 2nd Ave where the firemen were there. Joy came right up to me and said, "Hi, Jerry." And I'm sitting going, "Huh?" I didn't know her from Adam. No, she asked somebody, but she knew me right off the
bat.
Yeah.
And Joy was a godsend to us, coming to the house immediately after the fire happened, because she listened. She took the time to listen to each one of us. But when Joy heard the story about Sheba, that our cat had been outside during the fire, Laura from the Jesus Center, the executive director of the Jesus Center, was also there, and Sheba came back and she caught Sheba, and then one of the people from the Red Cross or somebody there gave us a cat carrier for her.
Red Cross.
Yeah, there was the Red Cross people that gave us a cat carrier for her, and Joy spoke up right away and realized there was a problem with Sheba needing a place to stay. She says, "I'll take her home with me and keep her until you guys get into a place to move into."
Yeah.
I mean, that was something we weren't expecting.
Yeah.
You know,
And she brought Sheba over to the shelter in the back room where we could visit her a couple of times.
Oh, that's nice. At the
Yeah.
Tory shelter?
Yeah.
Is that where you stayed, Jerry? Kind of like in between the fire and here?
Well, we were at the tourist shelter from the day of the fire until the day we moved into this house.
And when was that? When did you guys move in?
We moved in on December 14th. It was a little bit less than a couple of weeks before Christmas.
Nice Christmas present there.
Well, my birthday was on the 11th, which was a Monday. So we moved in on the 14th of December.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And actually, we were surprised that we were moving into a place as quickly as we were, because Jerry and I had basically resigned ourselves to the fact that we knew we were going to get housing, but we were figuring it would be after the first of the year, you know, with the holidays and all the things that go on with the holidays and everything. So we were actually surprised that when they called us in to sign the paperwork, this is a blessing in disguise for us, you know, how it came together so quickly. We were really
between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. How's your first month been here, Jerry?
It's been interesting. It has been good. Ups and downs. Yeah. But it's working out pretty good.
What about you, Michael? What do you got to say about your month living here?
Well, I was going to say that I was actually the first one here.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
Yeah, because I spent the first night here by myself. You know, when Joy got me over here, and then they came over the next day. Yeah, you guys came. They pulled.
And then the posse, the Chico posse, got you the furniture, right? A lot of the furniture. You guys go over there and help pick out furniture.
No,
we had nothing to do with that.
Joy brought us this table.
It's a nice table.
And chairs. I think it was hers. They went shopping for the couches and the chairs and the bed. 3 beds are in the room here. 4 beds.
We knew that were going to be donations provided for the house as far as furniture for us, but the biggest surprise, I think, to me was having a brand new mattress and box spring to sleep on. You know, because when I first saw my room, I go, whoa, man, I got a bed, it's got bedding on it, I've got a chest of drawers, I've got a chair with a footstool.
You guys are all on a fixed income?
Yeah, we're all
Social Security.
Yeah.
Social Security.
I receive SSI. That's my Mike and I receive SSI, and I think our other roommate receives Social Security and maybe SSI too. I'm not exactly sure on her situation.
But I just mainly Social Security.
Money is tight. The rent here, which includes cable TV and utilities, and we have a washer and dryer, and it includes pool care, because this place came with an in-ground pool, which was another surprise to us, is reasonable. I mean, we're only paying $450 a month each.
Are you happier here than where you were at?
It's taken a while for us to get used to living with each other again, because when we lived in the other place on West 2nd Avenue, it was a long house.
And so one was at the other end.
Mike and Penny were at the north end of the house. Jerry and I are at the south end of the house, and never the twain shall meet. Half the time, you know. Yeah. So we've had some disagreements and some screaming and yelling at each other, you know, a little bit here and there. Yeah, our living quarters are much closer together than they were before, but we've all learned to adjust and get used to.
We have our little spats, but that's only normal. We're family.
We're family. That's a wonderful thing to have. What would you add to kind of close the interview, Michael Spurgeon?
So me and Jerry, we've known each other for like 9 years.
Yeah, about 9-10 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've known each other a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
but we get along real well.
Because he was over on 18th Street when I was senior resident over there, and he had a room just across the hall from me.
Yeah.
And we used to sit there, here, want a Coke? Here, have a cigarette. Back and forth.
Thanks for being on the radio, and thanks for all that you do in the community, and thanks for being part of Chat House number 12.
Yeah, the name of this house is called New Hope.
New Hope.
Jerry came up with that name because when he was in Vietnam and he was released to come home back to the United States, they were given the saying "New Hope."
New beginnings and new hope.
What do you think of that name, Mike? Does it fit?
Yeah. it
New
does.
Hope.
Yeah.
New Hope. That's what we'll call this segment. Thanks, guys and girls.
All right.